Hello, this is Mike again, and in this tutorial, what I'd like to go over is organizing your Google Drive. I made a couple other videos on how to do this, so this is just a little bit updated, and this also includes what to do if you need to get your files off of Google, company-owned Google Drive, like that of our school district, and then into your personal Google Drive or into some sort of hard disk or something like that, just so you have separate copies of those things. That's important if you're going to transfer, if you're going to, if you're leaving or whatever it is, or you just want those copies to work on at home, etc. So what you're going to want to do is just go to your drive, just kind of take a look at the state that it's in. Um, there are, a lot of complaints about like the file system in Google Drive being a little bit hard to navigate. It's kind of difficult to organize. They have updated some of the search features up here at the top. So like file type, you can just limit it to if you're looking for photos or whatever, last modified, etc. And then you also have the finer search up here, this advanced search, where you can try to narrow down some stuff. If you wanted to copy everything from your Google Drive, that could take a while. But what you can do is you can do a couple of things. So one is if you want to copy your stuff from your school-owned or company-owned Google Drive, what you're going to want to do is download the stuff first and then re-upload it. So, for example, like if right now I'm signed in with my school account. What you don't want to do is log into the personal account on Chrome at the same time. It's gonna start fighting each other. You're gonna start seeing up here in the right-hand corner different icons. The other problem is the mixing of information, especially if you push the sync button. So if you try to sign in with a personal account, you click sync, all of a sudden things are migrating. Your tabs are, here, there, and everywhere. So that can be kind of a pain in the ass. But if you don't know exactly what you're doing in terms of how to navigate all that, it just takes a while to understand how to go back from profile to profile without messing things up. So the good way to do it is just to open Google Drive on just a different browser. So what I often do is I'll just open up an Edge browser or a Firefox browser. I'll download the stuff and then just upload it right back into my personal Google Drive, but on a different browser. It does take a while, so what I'll do is I'll just collect all the stuff that I need, and then once I've collected all the stuff that I need, I'll just in one night I'll download it all, and then the next night I'll upload it all. So meaning like at the end of the day, once I have everything downloaded that I want, then I'll just I'll just download it at the end of the day, and so it takes a while. So then when you come to work the next morning, you can find all those files. Then when you leave again for the next day, then you just re-upload it all back into your personal account. Now, organization-wise, the best thing to do is you can see that like I have all these folders, and for some reason recently, like I had all these color coded, but now they're not color coded anymore, and I have no idea why that is. Probably another fun update from Google. But it is good, if you can color code things, certain themes or whatever. Like if I have things that are involved with media, I might label those green. Things that are involved with like JTown update videos or school news videos, I might do something else. I don't know. It's just easier if you first thing is if you date everything, and then the next thing is if you color code them, and then of course use file folders. File folders are the easiest way, because what ends up happening is you just see this sea of stuff down here that's just kind of very mixed up, and like who owns this, who owns that. Like even if you click up here and it's owned by me, then I end up getting just this like sea of things that like you'll notice the files like quadruple, once I put it in here. So these are probably like folders within folders within folders. It's just kind of like a nightmare in Google Drive. So what you can do is if you know exactly the types of things that you want is, let me just get rid of this. what I'll do is just go new and then new folder. And then what I can do is just go transfer folder like that, create. Okay. And then once the transfer folder is open, I can just start dumping stuff in there, right? Just, oh, I need that. I want this folder to be in the transfer folder because I need that too. And then once you have all of the stuff that you need in this transfer folder, then what you can do is just go over here to download. Okay. And then what it's going to do is it's going to zip a file. So it's that file zipping that can take a while. And then what you do is you just save the file folder onto your, so one way you could do it is you could buy just an external drive and just download everything onto your external drive, then take it home and re-upload it back to your personal drive. Or you can just download it, on your desktop if you have enough room, and then re-upload it into your personal account that is logged into on another browser. I always recommend never signing into Chrome at work with your personal account. It's just impossible to know if you're keeping everything separate. So with that in mind, my recommendation would be to open up a new browser after you download this, and then what you're gonna have to do is extract. So if I save this, let's say save it to the desktop here. Okay, so I'll just use this one as an example. I have a folder here. Okay, so if I open this folder, okay, there's the folder. I'm gonna need to extract all. Okay, so I'm going to need to extract all of the information from that folder before I can start. Like if you open up the folder immediately, the files won't open because they haven't been extracted. They're in compressed form. So you just go extract all, and then it'll ask you like where you want to extract all the files to, and then that's how you go about doing that. And then once all the files are open, then you can copy them all, and then like I said before, re-upload them back to your personal drive, or you can just keep them on like a legacy drive, which is like just a external hard drive, like a Western Digital, like my passport. And if you need any recommendations, I can give those to you. I usually buy a new one with our $100 end of the year gift certificates, which is nice. So let me bring this back up. So that's kind of how you would go about just transferring things over. So one note before I end, and that is you cannot transfer ownership of the drive because that drive belongs to Long Beach Unified School District. So you can't transfer ownership of it because really anything that you create at work is proprietary. The district owns it, and they're not going to transfer that ownership. In other words, so this is my school account. They're not going to just give me ownership of this account. All has to be copied and then taken. If you're going to move schools, or if you just want a copy at home to work on, it does have to be a copy. If you're not leaving, you can always access this drive, your Google Drive at home. This is only in instances where you need your own copy on your own account. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and email me, and have a nice day.